about water. Now, for the San Gabriel Valley, we have the Water Quality Authority. And a lot of times, I'm the only black person that show up for those meetings. Now, they are rebuilding all these underground water pipes and stuff. But we need to be there to say these particular chemicals are affecting my child, the health of my child. But we're not there. So if we're not there raising our voices, they're not going to pay attention to us. And I know everybody can't do it, and that's okay. But we can strategically plan. Mary's going this week, and Joanne's going next week, because we got to show up in these places. Because if they don't see us, they're going to think we're not concerned and we're not interested. But if we show up and let them know that we're concerned about these issues and we want things done for us. So I would like to see us be very strategic in that call to action.
Thank you. You know, what my takeaways in reading the report is, you know, black folks in the 5th district, you know, one of the blackish districts in LA County. And as Dr. Scarza said, that LA County is the 3rd largest by populace black county in the nation. So there are more of us here than what we see, right? And so black folks here in our area, they aren't doing as bad as he pointed out, right? When you look at the income, you look at the education across our district, but then when we look at those who aren't doing as well, they're really doing bad. And so that's where we really see some of the disparities. And as a, you know, intercultural conversation, I would encourage us to, let's not get into classism. Let's see our brothers and sisters as human beings. You know, some of us have a little bit more than others, but we are still all humans. And I want to, again, thank the YWCA for bringing forward this event. And yes, not everybody's going to be an organizer. Not everybody's going to be an activist, right? But if you know an organizer and you know an activist, they may need a bottle of water. They may need a cup of coffee, right? They may need childcare, right? There may be other things that you can serve, right? Where you say, I'm not going to put my body on the line for blackness. Okay, well, there's other ways that you can put your wallet on the line. How many of y'all are signed up with the YWCA to get their updates? Okay, make sure you do that. How many of y'all made a donation? Don't answer that out loud, right? But make sure you support this organization so that they can continue to do the work. And before I hand it back over to Miss Deborah, I want you to say with me, nothing changes unless something changes. I'm going to make a change. Thank you, Ms. Deborah. I think I'm handing it over.
Okay, I just want to just do some brief closing remarks. Again, thank you all for coming out and staying from the beginning to the end. I appreciate that. Also, in terms of the call to action, I think it was Pat that mentioned if we all look at our respective sphere of influence and what we do. I was privileged enough to be part of the community-based organizations that got a chance to provide input on the report. And after that, it was like, so what can I do, you know, as part of the YWCA at San Gabriel Valley? And that's when the idea came up, well, they're doing listening sessions. Maybe I can see if we can sponsor one and bring the community together. So I know many of you, Huntington Memorial Hospital is here, the San Gabriel Valley Health Consortium's here. Many of you from sister cities are here. You represent so many different organizations, the NAACP, and we have representation from the Pasadena. We're also very close to the NAACP in Pomona. What would it be if all the NAACPs in San Gabriel Valley got together on one or two issues and brought it forward? There's three YWCAs, Glendale, Pasadena. I'm from San Gabriel Valley. Our offices are in Covina, but we serve all 40 cities, including Pasadena. We do the senior meals in all the senior sites, from Altadena, Villa, Sierra Madre. So let's do what we can. And those of us, I think if we do get a smaller group, that we can talk about what a strategic action plan looks like. And I'm committed as the leader of the YWCA of San Gabriel Valley of us assisting in that process and supporting that process. So as we bring it to the close, we have one announcement from Audra. And I don't know if Heather would like to make some closing remarks as well.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted two things. I wanted to give you all Dr. Scores' regards. He is our executive director, but he is also a father. And he had to pick up his son from a mock trial event. So just wanted to let you know when he sends his regards. He apologizes that he had to leave a little bit early. One of the reasons why we come out to the community, and again, deep gratitude for Deborah for bringing us out here to your community, is that hyper-local voices matter and are really important. And so I don't want you to leave here today without putting your voice to paper and giving us your thoughts and ideas about what should go in the next report, what's important to you, how do we make things better for people in your communities. And so as we close out, I'm going to be handing out some Post-it notes. If you have pens, we have pens as well. Please, just one comment. Two, maybe three. Put it on the board over there. This says, what can LA County do to improve whatever is important to you, your family, your friends, your neighbors. And please don't leave here without raising your voice. We do listen. Dr. Uraola looks at all the comments. It goes into the report. It helps inform the report. So please do that before you leave, and I will hand out Post-it notes. So thank you.
Thank you. So before Audra comes up, we did want to also recognize and just have a few remarks coming from District 5, Catherine Barger's office, Tiffany Trans. If you want to say a couple of words. This is in your district.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Tiffany Tran. I'm representing Supervisor Barger. Fortunately, she couldn't be here, but I just wanted to say thank you. This was very informative, and we're here to listen, and just thank you for being here and giving your voice. So thank you.
Catherine Barger was one of those yes voices and is supportive of this report. So we want to continue. Thank you for coming. And wouldn't it be nice for us to go as a coalition to our office to see how it impacts various communities in San Gabriel Valley? I also want to recognize from the U.S. Department of Justice, Israel. Are you here? If you want to stand up and say a couple of words.
Hi, folks. I was really glad to be here. My name is Isael Hermosillo. I work with Community Relations Service with the Department of Justice. and I was really happy to be invited and to listen in. I'm a resident of San Gabriel Valley throughout my life, so I appreciate to hear this, and I'm glad that we're all together talking about very important issues.
Thank you. And then, Audra, if you can make your way to the front. And again, just thank you so very much. Many of you, my colleagues, my friends, and just supporters in the community for coming out throughout San Gabriel Valley. This wasn't just about Pasadena. It was we were throwing a larger net so that we could talk about the commonality between many cities that are within the San Gabriel Valley area. So with that, Audra.
I just want to thank everyone for coming out. Thank you, Deborah, for selecting the Kevlon Culture Center for this important event. On another note, I wear another hat. I work for the City of Pasadena Housing Department, Pat, and I worked on many loans many years ago. What I'm about to say is a call to action, and this because of what Dr. Cooper said. Last week, I went to the 710 task force. I was the only Black person there. And I want to encourage everyone in this room who lives in this area, especially someone who has lived on the south end of Pasadena. The city has a 710 task force. Please go to these meetings because they're going to decide what to do with the property that's south of the 210 freeway. This is $1 billion project. And if our voice is not heard, we will be left out. So right now is a call to action to get involved in something. Also, they are interviewing people like you, Brother John, to say what it was like when there was businesses along Fair Oaks, what it was like when when 30% of the population south of the 210 freeway was African American. We have gone from 30% to 8%, and there's a reason why. All right? So now is the time, is a call to action. Contact your city council people, get on the task force, get interviewed, be a part of this, because otherwise we will be left out. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Lastly, I want to thank James Farr for coming out and facilitating tonight. Thank you so very much. And again, a great example. Once he got involved in this project, he wrote a great article. I printed a few copies over at the YWCA table, but it was a fantastic article. He's going to do a couple of follow-ups. Also, with his sphere of influence on producing and on the radio shows, they did a special segment on this event. Again, sometimes it's what we love to do day to day. How do we integrate this information to lift it up and shine a light on it? I also want to thank my panel. We have John Stewart, who I found out that his daughter and my daughter went to Harriet Tubman back in the day. Shout out for Harriet Tubman. That's my daughter. She's she's an environmental engineer now, specialization in water. IE question. She will geek out on you, but anyway. And then, Pat, thank you. You know, we're sisters in the struggle, work with Set for Life. We do a lot of partnerships. And Irma, I met about a year ago with the West Covina issue that she was calling all community-based organizations to come to the city council and protest the issue. We were there. And I was like, I didn't even know they had a San Gabriel Valley NAACP. So we have connected. It's really different. Just if I can indulge you for just a moment. I lived here for 25 years. I now live in Duarte, pushed out. And not to say that Duarte is a push out, but I couldn't find housing that I could afford here. Secondly, where was I going with this? This always happens. Definitely. I don't know if that was my point, but yeah, it did sound good. Yeah. But to be raised in, not to be raised, but to raise my family here, who had a black dentist, black primary care doctor here. All her tutors were black, starting in black schools. HBC grad, Spelman, but went to Georgia Tech for the engineering degree. But what I'm saying is that Pasadena was filled with a lot of black professionals. There's still some here. We have black architects right over there, Linnell, that he's the original architect that changed this building from a fire station to this cultural center. History in this room is history in this room.
This is a historic building. Oh, this is a historic building, built in around 1920. It was a fire station, and Miss Versie Mae Richardson, under her direction, hired me to convert it to what you see today. It's not fresh anymore, but this was 1993. So, anyway, thank you, Ms. Ward.
Yeah, you're welcome. And just a shout out to Alkebulan. This is a center that is a heart of this community, and we should support it in any way that we can. And that was one reason why we wanted this center to be the center of this discussion. So again, thank you all. Thank everyone that came out. I'm gonna let you guys go and have your evening to yourselves. Thank you.
So one last push for the Post-its. Please put it on the boards in the back. Do not leave with your Post-it. Make sure you post it so that we can have it. And we will give you information on how to add this institution on our map.